All right, welcome everybody. We've had some great esports action all day long, and we're running a little bit long on our Fortnite, so just scrambling to get everything set up here for our Horde Gold third place match, taking on the Nomads from Franklin, Tennessee. Really tough team. Jeff James and his center down there in Franklin always field a tough team. Was really our arch nemesis. The first season we started playing, a tough team last year, and this year, obviously playing for third place in the division. Should be a great match. This Horde Gold team was a little slow to get things together. It was a new team, a lot of new players, a couple new players promoted from the silver team from last season. So it took a little while to put things together, but once they did, they really hit the ground running. Almost beat our Gold Heroes team, who went on to win the championship earlier today versus the Monterey Whales. So you can tell they are a team to be reckoned with, and all these players have come a long way in a very short amount of time. So really proud of all they've done in the league this season so far, and looking forward to see how they match up today against this tough Franklin team. So just give me a few minutes. Let me get things set up here. I just have to reach out to my our friends out there in Franklin, and we will get this thing rocking. Stick with us. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. You can see the Nomads have us pulled in, and we are jumping into this match. Our lineup for today, our Horde Gold team. At CP2, we're going to have Ash Plays Over, PC3. We're going to have El Guapo, PC4, Pizza Freak, PC5, Sliff097. 6, we got Kid MDK. And on 7, we got Toonbury. So really good lineup of players here. Taking on, again, a tough team from Franklin, Tennessee in the Nomads. All right, so this is a hybrid map. This is somewhat similar to Escort, where you got to transport a vehicle, but with hybrid, you actually have to take the point first, which is this location you see here, and then the vehicle is going to come out of this little garage, and then they'll have to escort the payload an additional couple points. All right, so for the Horde, looks like we have PC6, Kid MDK is going to be running a Genji. PC4, Jack's going to be running his Reaper as Pizza Freak. PC3, played by El Guapo, is going to be running a Roadhog. PC7, Toonbury is going to be running Reinhardt. We got PC2, Ash Plays Over, playing Lucio. And we've got Sliff097 playing Ana. And from the Nomads, we are going to have be facing a McCree, a Zarya, a Widowmaker, a Lucio, a Baptiste, and a Reinhardt. So if you're rooting for the Horde, they are in blue. If you're rooting for the Nomads, they are in red. The Horde will be defending first, so they'll be trying to stop the Nomads from taking the point. There you see them in blue setting up a good defense at this choke, which is a great place to set up. They have to funnel their way through this choke point down here. See, Nomads charged in here with a Reinhardt. Reinhardt does manage to take out the Lucio. But the Horde doing a good job fighting back. Eliminations on both sides. A couple good eliminations by Sliff097 and Toonbury there, as well as Genji, played by Kid MDK. Gives the Horde the numbers advantage here as they chase this Lucio around here. See if they're able to eliminate him. They ultimately do. And here comes the Nomads striking right back in. Looks like they're running a Doomfist this time. So we initially have a comp change from the Nomads, but Horde are doing a good job. Looks like the Nomads assault's a little bit fragmented at this point. Looks like they recognized that and decided to consolidate at the choke while the Horde works on getting themselves healed up and repositioned here. So a good first point denial there by this Horde defense as we set up for the second big push from this tough Nomads team. You can see one of the opposing players managed to sneak in the back way here, but looks like Pizza Freak's going to chase them down. You have a Reinhardt charging onto the point here, but good sleep by Anna, played by Slip097, puts that Reinhardt charge to stop. Reinhardt on Reinhardt battle. Toonbury manages to take out the Reinhardt from the opposing team. They do manage to get somebody in here to the point, but they're ultimately eliminated. So Horde's done a good job. Here we have a Zarya and a Doomfist come striking in. Again, their assaults look to be somewhat fragmented. The Horde are doing a good job. They're getting eliminations here and there, but really fragmenting that Nomad charge. And that's exactly what you want when you're playing offense on this game, particularly these hybrid points, particularly this one, which is a historically hard first point to take. You've really got to assemble, push hard as a team, and really force the other team to deal with a lot all at once. So their Doomfist comes in here, does manage to get a couple of the Horde members there, so they're going to have a slight advantage here. We got Pizza Freak in there, though. He does have his ultimate. We'll see if he uses it. Looks like he's not going to use it. Looks like we might be surrendering the point here. We'll see. Pizza Freak is eliminated, so that is going to give them control of the point. 1 minute, 20 seconds left on the clock. Unless the Horde decide to charge in here. It doesn't look like they're going to. It looks like they'll secede the point, which is probably a wise move at this point, because they did manage to get some time off the clock. Now, the opposing team does get an additional 2 minutes on their clock as they push this second point. But the Horde did a good job initially denying that push, and they do have a decent complement of ultimates, which they'll use. Good battle taking place behind the line, taking out that Zoom. It's a good job by Toonbury. High Noon unleashed by the opposing team. Looks like it doesn't find anybody home, so a good way to avoid the ultimate by the Horde there. You can see they're pushing that payload that came out of that garage. Hammer down ultimate unleashed by Reinhardt. They do manage to take out the Reinhardt of the Horde. They got their Genji ultimates being deployed right now. You can see Genji with his blade, the ninja blade back here. Horde are doing a good job. They've got the numbers advantage. They're pushing hard. So good job there by this Horde team, driving that Nomads team back as they reconsolidate at spawn. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Guapo right here. You see him playing this Roadhog. He is one of our tanks for this match, doing a good job with his team. Doing good to stay behind, using that shield. You can see that Doomfist came in behind. That Doomfist plays dive, which means he can dive in behind you, really force you. Pizza Freak unleashes his ultimate. 1, 2, 3 eliminations. Genji a couple more. Toonbury gets one in there for the team wipe and sends the Nomads back to spawn. Really great use of ultimates there. To take position of that payload. 2 minutes left on the clock. So Horde's working hard to try to hold this point, to keep them from getting to the second point, scoring the second points of the match. So like I said, this team has really come on here. Good Reinhardt charge, but ultimately put to sleep by the Ana of the opposing team. So good play there by a support character from the Nomads. Again, you see Doomfist. He's that character flying in here. He's tough to hit. He gets in behind your lines, draws your tanks back, and goes after those support characters. But still, Horde are having a strong outing here on this defense. 1 minute, 22 seconds left on the clock. They are not making it easy for this Nomads team. El Guapo is going to go down there with the Zarya attack and the Baptiste attack. That's going to allow them to push a little bit, but the Horde should be able to get here and get them from getting to this next point, which is right here. So still 1 minute, 3 seconds left on the clock. They can hopefully stop them here before they get to this next point. So let's see if they can. You can see they're pushing up here. Going to be a pretty good fight. The Horde do have a couple ultimates, which you have to imagine they would employ here. as they take on this Nomads team. They need to stop. They need to get on that payload. They do just in time before it gets to that point. Now let's see if they can clear them off with just 39 seconds. Reaper, 1-2, played by Pizza Freak. A couple eliminations. Ana comes in and takes out the McCree of the team. Reaper, another elimination on the support, and that's going to give the numbers advantage here. Just 30 seconds left. Not a lot of time for the Nomads to get here. They're going to have to push in and push in hard, push in quick. We can't abandon the payload, though. You can see they left a player back here on the payload. The worst thing that can happen is they let a player sneak by, get on that payload, and push it that last foot. So I think the Horde recognized that. They're working their way back. They're going to just hold on this payload these last 6 seconds or so, see if they can clear them off. Everybody's got some ultimates. You can imagine they're going to be broken out here. We did leave the payload, but they get back just in time. You can see that Wrecking Ball latched on. So the Horde are doing a really heady game here, really being smart in their play. They are in overtime, so if they can peel these players, Earth Shatter there. But the Nomads, Reinhardt, and again, we have to babysit this payload since they're so close to spawn. See if we can clear off. They do manage to clear off this Wrecking Ball, at least get it unleashed. But it allows the rest of the team to get back here. Just one more player to get off. Pizza Freak's going to unleash his ultimate. 1-2 eliminations. Very good job there by Pizza Freak, one of the best Reapers in the league, and they do it. They hold the Nomads to just 1 point on that first map. So a really good job by this strong Horde defense. Well played, heady play, really smart play. You can tell these players know what they're doing. Easily could have abandoned that payload. Somebody like that Wrecking Ball could have snuck by, pushed it that extra, 8 or 9 meters to its final destination and got the second point, extended the clock. So just excellent play here by the Horde. So in order for the Horde to win this map, they just need to push this payload this far. You're going to see the payload disappear here in just a couple seconds. And there'll be a gold blocks that'll light up there. And that's how far they're going to have to push the payload. So there you see it. That is the goal for this Horde team. So let's backtrack our way here down through these corridors. Get over here to the point. Now, like I said, this is a very difficult point to take. We had matches earlier today where teams weren't able to take the point at all. So it's not uncommon. So this match is far from over. This Nomads team looks like they're going to be bringing a Torbjorn to the fight this time. So he's a good defensive tool because he throws out a turret that the Horde are going to have to deal with. From the Horde's perspective, looks like they're running the same comp. So we got Kid MDK running his Genji Jack, Pizza Freak running his Reaper, El Guapo running Roadhog, Toonbury running Reinhardt, Lucio being run by Ash Plays Over, and Ana being played by Sliff097. So here come the Horde. Again, this is for third place in the national competition. Quickly getting down here on the point, forcing the team to come down. So good move by the Horde. They were playing complete high ground there. So the Horde just dove in and really forced them to come down. Good eliminations on both sides. Sliff097 takes out his counterpart. They got to deal with this Torbjorn. If they deal with this Torbjorn, they are going to start earning credit towards the point. And they have. So really good job. Really quick, aggressive push by the Horde. You can see the Nomads were playing the high ground. They were forced to come down because the Horde charged in. Here see Doomfist come in. Good hook by El Guapo. Good sleep by Sliff097 to get him off the point. And a quick elimination of that. The Reinhardt is going to earn them the payload here. So this payload's going to come out of this garage and they can start pushing it. So really good, strong play here by this Horde team. All right, there you see the payload. We've got Sliff097 riding the payload, keeping it progressing forward as he heals the team from afar. We also got our other healer up here. Ash Plays Over, playing Lucio, giving his team some heals here as well as they push behind the shield of Toonbury. See a fight's taking place way out here in front. I got caught in this little corridor. Good fights, good eliminations by both Kid MDK and Toonbury as they're pushing forward. The payload continues to move against Sliff097, riding it, continuing to make sure it pushes forward as the Horde just continue to get limb after limb. Both Reaper and El Guapo both get limbs there, so good job jumping, moving this payload really quickly. The Nomads are going to have to get really aggressive here. in order to stop the Horde from pushing. The Horde's doing what they should be doing, aggressive, staying out front, forcing the Nomads to meet them at the point of battle. Here comes the payload. They might just do it here with this push, but just as that, the Torbjorn unleashes his ultimate, does manage to get a couple of the Horde members. You can see how close they are. Pizza Freak gets a couple eliminations with his ultimate there, keeps him right in this fight, and that is going to do it. A couple well-timed ultimates by the Horde team. Just a great team match play there. Good hard push. Really fun to watch. This is no slouch of a team. Jeff James and his crew down there, and Brick, he's a nationally known player who coaches that team. They come to the table ready to fight, but the Horde did not. Here you see the hammer smash. This is Toonberry. Great pin, followed up with the Death Blossom unleashed by that Reaper for that team wipe. So excellent first round here by the Horde. Let me go ahead and credit them with their first point here. And we'll take a short break. We'll come back here in just a couple minutes after this break for our round 2.
They say that you can see the devil dance on idle hands. So we put in work. Amen. Put the city on my shoulder blades and molded waves. Focus on the future when it's rolling.
This is gonna be fun. What's this?
When it's no pain, it's no glory. Legendary grind for the history. Come to shut us down, you on what arm? We about to go loud for me.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
We put in work.
See ya.
Yeah, ain't no killing this energy. Spill it from the spirit, them lyrics be
They are nothing to me.
The grind don't stop. We giving it 100 till the squad on top. We put in work. The grind never dies. We giving it
Time for the fireworks.
We put in work.
Fire in the hole.
Whoa, look at this. Look at what? Oh, wow.
All right, welcome back. We should be kicking this thing off here any minute. Now we are going to move in our map to Numbani. This is a really fun map to play. We'll see it here in just a second. Again, if you want to see in the top right corner there, you see that spectator. He is the coach for the Nomads. You can see how many stars he has behind his number. He's a nationally ranked Overwatch player. So it just goes to show you the gravity that this league's starting to attract and the talent's starting to attract from a coach's perspective. He's got 56 next to his name because each time you rank up to 100, you get a star next to your name. See how many times he's ranked up. So I just gave them the go-ahead that we're good to go on this side. Again, we had some great matches earlier today. We had our Heroes Gold team. Again, this Horde Gold team just barely missed defeating them, literally by inches and seconds. went on to win the national championship. And I'm excited to see these teams or some combination of these players move on to the regionals and national finals, which will be taking place in June, July, and August timeframe. With the national finals culminating with a big convention down in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I'm sure Hanover is going to be well represented with the teams that we decide to field in those tournaments. We were already recognized nationally as contenders on the national stage, so it should be a lot of fun to watch. Looks like we lost a player here, so just give me a second. Yeah, I saw he dropped out. All right, just give me 1 second. Looks like we had a player drop out. We'll be right back.
Dude, I got all the kills that first round.
I've got the mercy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna risk it.
I don't have any.
I need heals. We're up on the point.
Alright, nice job, guys. They've only got 6 seconds.
As long as I can.
They have no 6.
Nice! No, let's go! Is that us?
Nice. Good game.
All right, and we are back. Sorry, had a bit of a technical problem. Looks like half our ports went out. So we should be getting this thing started here pretty soon. It's a lot of moving parts to make this all work, and sometimes technology doesn't cooperate. It's worked great all season. So maybe something in my back room there just went awry on us. So it looks like the computers are slowly starting to come back online. And we should be good to go here soon. So our Horde, we are going to be running a Genji, a Reaper, a Roadhog, a Reinhardt, a Lucio, and a Ana. And the opposing team looks like they're going to be running a Soldier 76, Zarya, Doomfist, Baptiste, Reinhardt, and we're just waiting to see their last player selected here. Looks like they still are down a player to get selected, so I wonder if they're having issues on that end as well. Looks like they're selecting an Ana, so this time the Horde will push the payload. You see them coming out, working their way down, and the Nomads will be on defense. Again, last time we saw this, the Horde was super aggressive, pushed in, really forced the Nomads to drop off of that high ground, and you see we're taking a similar approach here. Reinhardt charges in here. That's Toonbury. Gets a nice elimination on Zarya. So a tank-on-tank battle benefits the Horde. Again, if you're rooting for the Horde, they're in red. If you're rooting for the Nomads, they're in blue. Trading eliminations on both sides. Good Reinhardt charge here. Toonbury, but he ultimately gets taken out. And the Nomads get the advantage there with a couple good eliminations. So the Horde will move back to spawn. 3 minutes. So they have 3 minutes left to take this first point and take this payload. Looks like they might be working in from the flank up here. You can see the Nomads are set up to defend this high ground, defend this flank. There's also the ability to come in down here, which we'll see if the Horde decide to execute to that. Looks like they're going to be traveling up through this corridor. You can see Genji comes in behind, drawing that Reinhardt tank away. That should make room, but that should make room for the rest of the team to charge in here. Toonbury does manage to get behind them. Get behind the lines of the opposing team. El Guapo, played by Josiah, comes in here with his Roadhog. Looks like they've got good positioning. Let's see if they can finish this and clear the Nomads off this point. Good Reinhardt on Reinhardt battle. This time goes in the favor of Toonbury, but Soldier 76 activates his ultimate and gets a couple eliminations against the Genji of Kid MDK and the Lucio of Ash Plays Over. But the Horde still have its decent advantage here. They've got their Reaper, they've got their Reinhardt, their Roadhog here on the point. Earth Shatter by Toonbury does a good job knocking the players off, but Zarya and Ana from the opposing team knock off our Reinhardt, our Junkrat, not our Roadhog, or Ana, and that's going to give them advantage. So the Horde are going to have to back off and recock and try this again. So Nomad's doing a really good job on defense. You can tell they've learned their lesson from last time with the Horde charging in quickly, and they've responded really well. See, the Nomads are moving back to their defensive position back here as the Horde push in. Still 1 minute, 30 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time. Like I said, these hybrid maps, it's really hard to take these points. But the Horde have a couple really good ultimates. Good charge by Reinhardt, but that's going to take them both off the edge there. So they're both going to go down, but that is a slight advantage to the Horde because they have the numbers advantage here with a couple more eliminations. They're going to chase this Zarya off, and they will start earning credit towards this point. So even though Toonbury went off the edge there, really good job. Good hook by El Guapo there to pull that Soldier 76 down and allow them to keep earning credit towards the point here. See if the Nomads are going to concede this point. Looks like they are. Again, similar fashion. It looks like Sliff097 is going to jump on the payload and push it as the rest of the team smartly pushes forward and takes the fight ahead of the payload. It looks like they're a little bit separated here, but looks like they're coming together, find out where they want to meet this tough Nomads team here on this battlefield as the payload starts to push. The Nomads did a good job defending the payload initially, so took some critical time off the clock. But the Horde are doing a good job pushing. stand behind that shield of the Tombreeze Reinhardt, pushing forward. See them pushing around this corner here. Reaper Pizza Freak pushing forward, chasing down that Doomfist. They do manage to take out that Doomfist, so good job there by Pizza Freak. Payload's continuing to move. Pizza Freak unleashes his ultimate. 1, 2, 3 eliminations. Really good job there, and takes out the Zarya. Follows up with the 4th elimination. We know how epic those Pizza Freak ultimates can be with the Reaper. Good hook by Josiah El Guapo. And then Pizza Freak finishes off that Reinhardt, allowing them to secure the 2nd point pretty quickly. So where the Nomads held them off really well, that first point, the Horde are doing a really good job pushing this payload once they get it moving. Now moving towards the 3rd and often the hardest point because it's so close to the spawn of the other team. The Horde team here is pushing forward. This time deciding to ride the payload versus pushing forward. Reinhardt on Reinhardt battle there. You can see they activated their ultimate. Soldier 76 did take out the Ana of, takes out a couple players there. Takes out Kid, MDK's Genji, and follows it up with another elimination on Pizza Freak. So with that, the Horde are going to have to draw backwards and reconsolidate here at the spawn for another push. So good ultimate by the Nomad Soldier 76 there. Going to give them control of the payload. But the Horde will reconsolidate and push in here. Let's see where the Nomads decide to set up. A Pizza Freak moving out front here of the team. Following, moving up behind him is Toombree, Reinhardt, and El Guapo's Roadhog. See the payloads. So it looks like there is a battle taking place in this little corridor here. El Guapo and Pizza Freak moving up top here. See in the top, the Horde have quite a few ultimates, and here comes one right now. You got a Genji, a Nano Blade. He gets nanoed by Sliff097's Ana, and he is cleaning up the opposing team with the 1, 2, 3, 4 eliminations there. That's going to allow the Horde to push forward. So nice combo there by the Ana, played by Sliff097 and Kid MDK's Genji. So doing a really good job. This is the last part of the push, but often the most difficult. But the Horde have a few ultimates. You can imagine they're going to take advantage of them here. Still 1 minute, 26 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time. One good team wipe right on the payload often makes the difference of pushing the payload those last 20 meters. So this might be within the plans of the Horde here. You can see they have Pizza Freak's ultimate. They have Reinhardt Surf Shatter. And they also have El Guapo, his Roadhog's ultimate as well. So here they're coming, charging in again, moving methodically, doing it nicely, moving behind this. Moving behind. Here you hear the meteor strike of the Nomads Doomfist. That's going to have the Horde wait until they get Pizza Freak back in the fight. He still has his ultimate. So you can imagine that's going to be used here. Just 38 seconds, but plenty of time to move. You have to think the Nomads, and it looks like they have used most of their ultimate. They still have Baptiste's ultimate. But in this type of fight, I don't think that's going to come into too much of a play. I can imagine you're going to get a Pizza Freak dropping in here pretty shortly. You can see that El Guapo is snoozed over here by the Ana play of the Nomads. So here comes the Horde. They've got a few ultimates. It looks like they're going to be unleashing them here. But a Reinhardt Earth Shatter does a really good job. But ultimately, Genji takes him out. They need to get on this payload. Somebody needs to get on the payload. Here comes Pizza Freak's ultimate. Well timed. But they need to get on that payload. They cannot abandon it. You can see nobody's moving towards the payload. And the Nomads stopped the Horde from getting all 3 points on that push. So really good job. Looks like the Horde took just a little bit too long to put those pushes together. That Doomfist got that Pizza Freak as he was moving towards the objective. They had to rush to get him back there. So good defense by the Nomads to keep the Horde from getting all 3 points. Now we're going to flip the card, and the Horde will be defending, and the Nomads will be pushing. If the Horde can stop the Nomads from pushing the payload as far as they were able to push it, which is the securing the payload, getting to the first point, and getting nearly to the second point, there'll be a little golden box there. If they can stop them from doing that, then the Horde will win and finish 3rd place on the season. So lots on the line here. If the Nomads are able to do that, if they're able to push further than how far the Horde have pushed, that'll drive us into a 3rd map, which is Hollywood. So let's see how this plays out. From the Horde perspective, looks like we're going with a McCree this time. So Kid MDK will be playing McCree. Looks like the rest of the lineup is staying the same. And from the opposing team, looks like they're going to be running an Echo this time. Zarya, Genji, Ana, Lucio, and Reinhardt. So pretty conventional defense setup here. Usually, again, you take this high ground. Looks like that's what the Horde are going to do. And they've got a couple players push forward here. Players that can easily often get back quickly, like the Reaper. They can get back here pretty quickly. See, the Horde's actually going to meet them in this corridor. Kind of fall back as they're not going to give ground too easily. Lucio does manage to take out the Reinhardt of Toonby, so critical elimination there for the Nomads. Pizza Freak gets an elimination, but he gets taken out. Genji of the Nomads, Zarya gets elimination, and looks like quickly they're going to move to the point here. Looks like they're going to take it pretty quickly, and I would imagine the Horde are going to go ahead and surrender it. So really quick push, really smart push, but we did get El Guapo down here. He is on the point trying to buy some time, see if his team's going to get down here and stop them from getting this point, and they're not. They're going to go ahead and succeed that, which is fine. Probably a smart move. You still plenty of time to stop them. They have 5 minutes and 25 seconds left on the clock, but it's not without question that they'd be able to stop them in that amount of time. It's a tall order, though. That's a lot of time to try to stop them from getting as far as they need to go. So, but both good teams here, both well coached, both just a bunch of good kids that enjoy playing video games competitively against each other. All right, so you can see a lot's going on. Lucio, played by Ash Plays Over, does manage to take out the Genji of the opposing team, so good job there. Just epic battles taking place, limbs on both sides. You can see Echo gets an elimination on the Reinhardt, played by Toonbury. Pizza Freak drops in 1, 2, 3 eliminations. That's going to give the Horde the numbers advantage. So good job. You can see that Winston gets an elimination on the Zarya. Winston's being played. Comp changes here, being played by El Guapo, so good job there. He swapped over from running that Roadhog. Here comes the Nomads charging back out. There you can see the Earth Shatter unleashed. You can see we're really close to their spawn now, so they come back really quickly. Echo gets an elimination on the Lucio of Ash Plays Over. They gain control of the payload here, but the Horde is right there to meet them. Eliminations on both teams, kind of trading eliminations at this point. A little hard to see from this angle. Let's back up over here. Big Gravitron release there. Again, eliminations on both sides, just trading eliminations back and forth, but that Echo is really causing a lot of trouble. Genji getting back there, deflecting. And they do manage to get the second point. 5 minutes on the clock. So again, a tall order for the Horde to stop them from pushing this payload the rest of the way in 5 minutes. But they're more than capable of doing that. Let's see how stout this defense is. Fire Strike unleashed by Toonbury there. Genji unleashes his ultimate, takes out 1, 2. The rest of the team's going to charge in here and chase down that Nomads team. Ash Plays Over, gets a Lucio elimination on the Zarya. They're going to chase down this Reinhardt and take him out and send the team back to spawn. You can see the rest of the team's kind of retreated to this little thoroughfare area there. Genji doing some deflects. Looks like they're just biding their time till they can get their Reinhardt back in the fight. So Horde did a good job clearing them off. Again, a well-timed ultimate by Kid MDK. They've also got a couple more ultimates. Reinhardt gets put to sleep there and ultimately taken out. So good play by the Ash from the Nomads again. Lots of fights taking place all over. It's hard to kind of track all the action that's going on right now. Got some monkey rage going on here. as the team pushes here towards the point. 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Again, the Horde can hold them here. This is a hard point to get. But the Horde needs to be stout in their defense. Earthshatter by Toonbury does a good job knocking them down, but they counter it really well. Pizza Freak unleashes his ultimate. Doesn't find anybody home with that one. So good job with the Nomads to vacate, but the Horde are getting eliminations here. They clear off this Zarya. El Guapo gets a couple of eliminations with his monkey. Pizza Freak gets an elimination. Genji on Genji battle. And the Horde have managed to push them back. So 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Looked like the Nomads might just continue pushing that payload, but the Horde got stout with their defense and really held them up well. Here you see the Horde defense setting up here, doing a good job, kind of putting some damage on them and giving up some ground. Pizza Freak does manage to take out their Reinhardt, but in turn, their Reaper takes out our Reinhardt. So trading Reinhardts there benefits the defending team, though, because we are a lot closer to our spawn than they are to their spawn at this time. You can see Zarya unleashes her ultimate. That puts all the teammates there collectively together. And then it looks like they've swapped over to a Moira, gets a couple eliminations. Zarya gets a couple eliminations. Wow, big eliminations by the Nomads there. Let's see if the Horde can get back in time before they get to this point. I don't know if they... And just like that, oh, and just as Genji was about to come in there, the Nomads are going to take the second map of Nubani. So these matches have been really tight. Literally, just one player eliminated has made the difference. Here you see Pizza Freak. This is going to be one of his ultimates. See him, you can see how well he does just sneaking in behind them. Launches a perfect 1, 2, 3 eliminations. Going to follow it up with a fourth here on the Zarya. And that gave them a really fighting chance in that match. But the Nomads come back with a nice push and a good defense to keep the Horde from pushing to that third point. And forces us into a third round match. So we'll take a couple minute break and we'll come back right after these short messages. All right, we're going to cut that one short. We're running a little bit long. We had that technical problem, and then we had Fortnite that ran a little bit long. So we got to jump right into this next match. And we have our Horde, again, taking on the Nomads. This is for third place, so this is a lot of bragging rights on the line. But either way, just really proud of this Horde Gold team. Like I said, they started out, had a tough run of it initially, but really came together as a team. The level of play has just really improved so much that they're here competing on the national stage for third place. Again, our lineup is Ash Plays Over, El Guapo, Pizza Freak, Sliff097, Kid, MDK, and Toonbury. Looks like we're running a similar lineup with El Guapo playing Winston, who is they're affectionately referred to him as Monkey, but he's more of an ape, I guess you would say. All right, and from the opposing team, looks like they're running a Tracer, a Zarya, a Echo, a Zenyatta, a Lucio, and a Reinhardt. Actually, they're swapping that Zenyatta for an Ana. We saw how effective that opposing team Ana was getting some critical sleeps on us at critical times. So something that the Horde will have to plan for and account for. So the Horde is on defense first this time. We've, like I said, flipped a card. Horde is on defense. The Nomads will be trying to push the payload. And let's see how this shakes out. Winner takes all. Winner is the third place team in the division. Should be a great match. It's been a great match so far. All right, so Nomads pushing pretty aggressively this time. Did manage to get the Horde line separated a little bit. You can see Winston up there fighting in the corridor. Ana does ultimately take out that Winston when he got separated from his team. But Reinhardt does manage to take out the Zarya from the opposing team. So anytime you can take out a tank is a good day. And the Reinhardt from the Nomads get taken out. So really good job. Good defense by the Horde. Without their main tanks, they are going to have to do a little retrograde retreat. But the Horde are going to chase them down, laying fires on them, keep them from getting too comfortable to get set up. Is exactly what you want to do. Fire strike comes in from the Nomads again. They kind of chase us up into that corridor. Pizza Freak gets an elimination on the opposing team's Reaper. So Horde doing a good job with the defense this time. Nomads pushing a little bit deeper in this time. Earth Shatter unleashed by the Nomads, Reinhardt. You saw that. Echo gets a couple big eliminations there. That lets them push in towards the payload here. So again, they had another quick payload capture by the Nomads here. It doesn't look like the Horde are going to try to come in here and capture it. And they're going to work on moving to second layer defense. All right, here comes the Horde. That allowed them to consolidate, make a good hard push in. Monkey's going to come in here and chase out that Reaper. You see them pushing that payload. But the Horde are there to meet them. Pizza Freak unleashes his ultimate. Does manage to get one of the opposing teams. But they follow up with eliminating Pizza Freak, taking him out. But the Horde here on the payload. Eliminations on both sides. El Guapo unleashes his ultimate. Does take out a couple opposing players. Good fire strike, though, by the Nomads Reinhardt. And the Echo gets elimination to give them the slight advantage, and the push continues here. Echo, another good elimination, taking out the Reaper of Pizza Freak. So that Echo has been a critical character played by that focus player of the Nomads. Really made it difficult on the Horde. But here comes the Horde back on defense as they push here towards the second point. A good battle taking place here. This is a nice choke point, so we'll see if the Horde are able to stop them here at this little choke before the turn. And Nomads continue their hard push here, but the heroes do manage to get them divided. Divide and conquer is the name of the game here. A good elimination by Genji on the Lucio. Ash plays over, gets a nice elimination on the Reinhardt of the opposing team. Pizza Freak's going to take out the Zarya and give them the numbers advantage here so they can stop the payload push. 2 minutes and 55 seconds. All right, so the Nomads are consolidating for their next push. The Horde do have a couple ultimates in their bag. They have the Earth Shatter and the Death Blossom. So we'll see when they work their way out. Just like in the previous match, you want to hold on to them until critical stages of the match. The Horde were perfectly set up for their last push, for pushing the payload, but the opposing team just did not let Pizza Freak unleash his ultimate at the correct amount of time. Ooh, good eliminations there by the Nomads. Take out a couple of the support players of the Horde, and that's going to allow them to push. I don't think the Horde are going to be able to get back. And that's going to allow them here to support this to get the second point. So 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Horde need to stop them here if they want to have a really good chance to have a good push on their own. But this Nomads team is playing really, really well right now. You can tell they're working really good. There's Bob, the Ashes ultimate's unleashed. They go and concentrate on that, and they do get really close to eliminating it. There they do with the Fire Strike of Toonbury. They do manage to take out that ultimate of Ash, but it does some pretty good damage and distracts them. Fights taking place all across the board. Skirmishes. Zarya does get elimination on our Reinhardt, played by Toonbury. But El Guapo doing a good job holding the payload there. Stalling the movement. 2 minutes and 41 seconds. The Horde can stop this payload. It's not without question to hold for that long. But with this Echo getting eliminations on our Genji, she has been something that the Horde really needs to learn to figure out how to deal with her, because she has been a menace. All right, so here you see the Horde. Here you see the point. This is how far the Nomads need to push it. Reinhardt on Reinhardt battle here. Reinhardt, Toonbury misses his charge. You can see Pizza Freak unleashes his ultimate again. Again, doesn't really find anybody home. Wow, eliminations by Zarya, by Ana from the Nomads, and they are pushing here close to the point. Looks like Genji is able to get here on time. He unleashes his ultimate, gets 1, 2, 3 eliminations, critical eliminations here. Good sleep by Slip097 to take on this Lucio with the 4v1. You have to imagine they're going to dispatch with him really quickly, and they do. Great job by Kid MDK to unleash that ultimate just before they got to the point here. So they're going to sit here and hopefully ride this thing back a little bit. 1 minute, 32 seconds. So this is going to come down, you have to imagine, to the last couple seconds. It always does. Horde in good position here. Genji up there deflecting. You can see they're consolidating their push, getting their Reinhardt in good fire strike position, good charge position. You can see Ash unleashes her ultimate. That's Bob. She said, Bob, do something. You can see him standing there. Everybody's just kind of waiting him out at this point. But it does manage to get them in good position. The Horde did a good job avoiding Bob. They put him right there behind the payload, so that saved them there. Good Earth Shatter by Toonbury there. Good charge to get that Reinhardt. He's going to come right back with a charge. And he's charged up by Zarya right now. Pizza Freak's here holding the point, but the Horde get back here pretty quickly. Good job there, you have to imagine. Monkey's unleashing his ultimate. But he's eliminated. Nomads are playing out of their minds right now. You can see the Horde have switched to using that Wrecking Ball. He does such a good job lashing on that payload. Just 20 seconds left. You can see how hard it is to peel him off there, which is why they smartly chose to put but Ana with another sleep. That's been critical against us. The ultimate unleashed by ultimates unleashed by both Reapers. Just both teams. It's hard to tell who's got the advantage here. We're going to go into overtime. Let's see if the Horde can clear him off the point here. That Echo, again, is something they're going to have to deal with. You can see Kid MDK chases them down, and the Horde are going to hold them to get just 2 points in an epic last battle. We had Reaper ultimates going off. We had Kid MDK and Genji with his ultimate going off at the last second. Really great play by both teams there. That's what makes this so fun, is even if you walk away and lose a match, you can feel proud of how well you played. And I can say that for both teams. No matter how this last match ends, GG's all around. Just a lot of fun to watch as a spectator. Obviously, I'm vested and I want the Horde to win, but everybody walks away from this match proud of their gameplay, proud of the way they've handled themselves. And it's really just been a fun season. So this is it. This is for the season. This will be the final push for this Horde Gold team this season. Let's see how this plays out. Looks like the Horde is going with a similar comp with Kid MDK running the Genji, Pizza Freak running the Reaper. Josiah, playing El Guapo, is running the Roadhog. Toonbury playing the Reinhardt, Ash plays over running the Lucio, and Slip097 playing the Ana. And here you see the defense being set up by the Nomads. Looks like they're running a Torbjorn again this time. Zarya, as well as a Reinhardt, a Mercy, a Zarya, and a Ash. So let's see how the Horde looks like. They're going to be setting up here, which is more of a high ground. They can overlook the point. So let's see how this defense holds up for the Nomads. Again, last time we defeated the high ground by charging in deep, but wow, 3 good eliminations by the Nomads quickly is going to stall that charge. You have to think that the Horde are going to draw back here, which they smartly are. They're kind of going to reconsolidate, but really accurate. You can see Torbjorn put his little turret up here, so that's something that the Horde are going to have to deal with. That turret takes out El Guapo's Roadhog there, and with the Mercy being played on the other team, they bring their Zenyatta right back into the fight. All right, so Horde making another good push here. Set back up here so I can see. Torb's up here. You can imagine he's going to set his turret back up whenever that time's in. You can get our Genji here, dives in on the back line. This looks a little bit better. Looks like a little better, more aggressive charge. Toonberry gets a good charge on that Zarya. So that's going to do good. Reinhardt gets an elimination there. El Guapo, and we'll start to earn credit towards the point, but it doesn't look like the Nomads are going to give up. They're going to charge right into the fight with the Reinhardt with that Mercy. You can see how valuable that Mercy can be, bringing that Reinhardt back into the fight, and you can see what a difference he's making right here. Looked like the Horde were going to earn credit towards that point, but that Mercy brought that Reinhardt back in, and that was the difference maker. So here comes the Horde back. It's like they're fairly consolidated at this point, pushing in, trying to push in aggressively because not all the Nomads have made it back yet. They do take out the Reinhardt. They do take out the Zenyatta, so they got a numbers advantage here. They should start earning the credit if they can deal with this Mercy, which they do. Good sleep by Sliff097, and they will start pushing the payload. 4 minutes, 21 seconds left on the clock. Right, so you can see this door open. They'll start pushing here. This has been a great match to watch so far. A lot of fun. You can see Pizza Freaks up here charging in on them. Winston's going deep kind of behind as the payload continues to push. As long as we keep them busy and this payload is continuing to push, that's exactly what we want to do. It's kind of when we're at our best. Making a good, strong push here. You can see they have that Torbjorn set up with that turret on top of that tower. Genji doing a good job deflecting. Gets up there. He's going to deal with that Torbjorn and that payload. But Zenyatta and Zarya get a couple good eliminations on our Ashe plays over Lucio, and our El Guapo played Winston. Reinhardt's going to get a few more eliminations there. That's going to give them a slight advantage. And the Horde will reconsolidate and start another push. 3 minutes and 14 seconds left on the clock. Still plenty of time here. Comes the Horde's next push. See Pizza Freak taking on this Zarya. You can see she unleashes her ultimate that puts them together, but Reinhardt done a good job with that shield, blocking most of the damage there, so good job there. El Guapo manages to get the Mercy of the opposing team. We saw how critical a piece she is and her resurrections. So that's a good piece. A lot of fighting going on that saloon area. Good eliminations by Kid MDK and El Guapo take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the opposing teams. That's going to give them the numbers advantage, allow them to keep pushing here. So good job. And Guapo's going to clean it up and take out that Ashe. So we're pushing strong towards the second point here. Let's see if the Nomads are able to make it out here and try to condense. Looks like they're going to body block this door, but somebody abandoned the payload. Somebody needs to get back here and push this payload. Looks like they recognize that. Here comes Ashe plays over, but gives them time to get back here. So eliminations again. Echo gets an elimination on Genji. Zarya gets an elimination on our Pizza Freak. So both DPS are out at this point. See Winston's in melee mode right now. Trying to do some good damage. Earth Shatter misses, so good job by the Horde to avoid that Earth Shatter, but he follows up and does take out El Guapo's Winston. Right, and just like that, looks like the Horde are going to have to consolidate and push again. 1 minute, 25 seconds left on the clock. Still plenty of time. Once they get to the second point, they do get additional time on the clock. see that echo. That she's got the ability to fly. She's also got the ability to emulate some characters in their ultimates, which makes it really dangerous. All right, here you see the Horde pushing in. Pizza Freak does have his ultimate, so we'll see if that's put into play here. 57 seconds left. Pizza Freak, played by Jack, does a really good job dropping in at an appropriate time. Good Earth Shatter. He's going to drop in here. You have to imagine he's going to unleash it here pretty soon. But might not need to. The Horde are just doing a good job clearing up the opposing team. He might be able to keep that in his pocket if they're able to take out this Zarya and this Reinhardt, which it looks like they're able to do. So good job by the Horde. Keeping that ultimate in their pocket, that's going to allow them to use that here later in the map. More time added to the clock, 1 minute 55 seconds for this last hard push. They're going to have to make a pretty quick push of it, though. The Nomads did a good job stalling for time on that push. So let's see how this goes. Okay, here comes the payload. Looks like the both teams are kind of setting up. Looks like from Ultimate's perspective, Pizza Freak playing that Reaper, Reinhardt, and Ana. So Ana's got that nano capability. We'll see if she's going to use that. Nomads charging hard here. Do get the elimination on the Ashe plays over. But a couple good eliminations from the Horde. Do a good job. You can see Ashe put out Bob. But the Horde are done a good job deflecting the Nomads push. Just 60 seconds left, so you have to imagine just one more really good push here. We do have that Pizza Freak ultimate, so we're going to see that come into play here pretty soon. You have to imagine as we push towards the point. If they get this point, then they win, and they will be the third place team in the country, but the Nomads are not going to go easily. Let's see if we unleash something here pretty soon. I feel it. There it is. 1, 2, 3 eliminations. Genji gets an elimination. Reinhardt gets an elimination. The Horde are going to push this payload. They just need to clear off this echo, and they do it. The Horde win. They come away and win the third place in the league. Great job by this Hanover Horde team to come back. It was a tough road to climb. They played tough. Here's Genji. Here's this ultimate that he unleashed at just a great time when they were just getting ready to push that third point, getting 1, 2, 3 eliminations. Going to follow it up with another one here. Deflecting against that Ana, takes out that Ana, and then the rest of the team swoops in and follows up with the team sweep. So let's credit the Horde with the victory here. GG's over to Jeff James and his crew down there in Nashville or Franklin, Tennessee. It's always fun to play them. We have a lot of respect for that team. They've played really well, and it's just been a really fun season. So excellent job by our Hanover Horde Gold team. They go on and finish third place in division. A lot of proud. We have the first and third place team in the country. A lot to say for Little Bitty Hanover. So thanks for tuning in. We had a great season. I can't say anything else other than GG's. Good luck. Have fun. We'll see you next Overwatch season. Thanks a lot, everybody.